Hey guys, welcome back to Fancy Tip. Max with you for the weekend ads for week 23, aka quarterfinal week or semifinal week for the majority of you. Congratulations to all of you who have made it this far. A big step done, but the job is not over yet. Since we're in the playoffs, we will look at the best available options under 60% rostered today, and I'll try to help you navigate the numerous options. Let's start with Friday and Saturday, where we have 4 teams in action. The Columbus Blue Jackets are playing against the Vancouver Canucks, and in Ottawa, decent matchups. The New Jersey Devils are playing in Minnesota and in Winnipeg against two top 5 goalies, and they only have 2 games next week, so beware. The Rangers are playing in Anaheim and San Jose. A trip to the West Coast might be just what they need. They're still fighting, they need the wins now, and they have the quality on paper to make a run for the wild card. However, it's worth noting they only have 2 games next week and don't play until Wednesday. And finally, the Vegas Golden Knights play in Chicago and Nashville. Those are great matchups considering Nashville ranks 23rd, Chicago ranks 31st for goals against. At number 1, Sean Monahan, the best under 50% rostered player in fantasy hockey right now. 43 points in 42 games, plus 18. Fourth in the league for face-off wins per game. 2.6 shots per game, and he's already have 3 shorthanded points. Give me Monahan all day, line 1, PP1. Pavel Dorofeyev, line 2, PP1. We're playing the matchups here. I expect the Rangers to come out swinging, like I told you. They've been so disappointing this year, but I can see them have a run. Guys like Lafreniere and Kreider will have to put up numbers. Boone Jenner, I will live and die on the Boone Jenner hill. He does everything. Barbashev, Carlson are good options from Vegas. Barbashev is top line with Eichel and Mark Stone, PP2. William Carlson is on the PP1. Will Queally gives you a safe floor, plays with Zibanejad and Kreider. The ceiling is very high here. Stefan Nason, 5 points in the last 9 games, and a nice safe floor with shots and hits. Despite Columbus going through a bad stretch, Fantilli's floor has been really good. Kent Johnson can go off at any time. Favor Fantilli, but these two are good options with high ceilings. And finally, Eric Holla, Dawson Mercer are on the second line with Jesper Bratt at the moment. Holla is PP2 with the better floor. Mercer is a boomer bust who got bumped to the PP1 and has 2 goals, 1 assist in the last 2 games. Thomas Hurdle is out for at least 3 games, which means Nicolas Roy is now a short-term hidden gem for deeper leagues. Line 2, PP2. Olofsson plays on line 3 with Carlson and Riley Smith and is always dangerous at the point on the PP2. For Friday and Sunday, we have the Anaheim Ducks, the Carolina Hurricanes, who don't play until Wednesday, Chicago Blackhawks, who don't play until Wednesday, the Florida Panthers, who actually have 4 games next week, 2 off days, including games on 2 off days, the Montreal Canadiens, the Utah Hockey Club, and the Vancouver Canucks, who don't play until Wednesday, and finally the Winnipeg Jets. I did not put Frank Vetrano, Dylan Genter, Slavkovsky. They're all highly rostered. So we'll start with Patrick Laine, who's a versatile winger, and his ceiling is so high. He should be more rostered. He's an elite boomer bust option with 6 points in the last 6 games. Logan Cooley, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in the last 5 games. He became the 5th active US player to score 20 goals at 20 years old or younger after Patrick Kane, Jack Eichel, Austin Matthews, and Brady Tkachuk. Sam Bennett showing he doesn't need Tkachuk to produce. Great shot and hit volume. The points are there. Maki Samoskevich is a little more of a question mark now that Brad Marchand is coming back. I still like him. His floor has been great. I think he's worth a shot. It'll be interesting to see if he's still PP1. We have Mason McTavish, 5 points, 20 shots in the last 5 games. My favorite option from the Ducks. Teuvo Teravainen is at a point per game pace since January 28, 23 points in 23 games. He deserves his respect. Taylor Hall is going off, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points in the last 7 games. He's made it to the top power play in Carolina. Trevor Zegras has been playing good hockey since coming back. Pia Suter, 4 multi-pointers in the last 7 games. The Canucks are hurting, but Sutter is line 1, PP1 at the moment. Leo Carlson, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points in the last 9 games. Tyler Bertuzzi, PP1 in Chicago, 7 points in the last 5 games. Perfetti and DeBrusk are 2 guys I'm not too big on due to the lack of peripherals. DeBrusk has 1 goal in the last 11 games, but he's got 5 assists in the last 6. Perfetti has actually been doing very well lately, however, with 8 points in the last 9 games. Ryan Donato, 55 points on the year. Tied for 69th in the league with Brady Tkachuk, Rasmus Dahlin, JJ Peterka, Josh Morrissey, and Brian Rust. That's elite company. Brendan Gallagher, 5 points in the last 4 games. Excellent deeper league option. Connor Garland, high risk, high reward. Troy Terry, top line, top power play. Anton Lundell, line 3, PP2. Let's see if he gets Marchand in his line. This could be interesting. Vlad Nemesnikov, 5 points in his last 7 games. Hayton is line 2, PP2. And Nino Niederreiter, line 3, PP2. We've got a couple of complementary pieces in Carolina. I like Stankoven better, but Blake has the PP1 spot right now. Stay alert, the lineup switches often in Carolina. Ryan Strome, line 1, PP1. Jack McBain, hitting machine, who's actually getting PP2 time at the moment. And believe it or not, Alex Iafallo is on line 1 and PP1 in Winnipeg right now. He is a sneaky ad for this upcoming weekend. And a couple of depth third line centers doing a great job for their respective teams. Adam Lowry, Christian Dvorak. First Saturday and Sunday, we have the Buffalo Sabres, the Los Angeles Kings, New York Islanders, Ottawa Senators, San Jose Sharks, and the Toronto Maple Leafs, who also only have 2 games next week. I didn't put Celebrini in my rankings because I thought he was way more rostered than 60%. I don't own him. But he would be right up here alongside Dylan Cousins, who is my easy number 1, line 2, PP1. Him and his teammates have been buzzing. He hits, shoots, really found his place in Ottawa, and I'm so confident in him. Quinton Byfield is another sure value, 8 goals, 2 assists in the last 11 games. Matthew Nyes, top line with Matthews and Marner, top power play. JJ Peterka has points in 11 of his last 13 games played. Anders Lee is a hit or miss on the score sheet, but his floor is really good with shots and hits. The ceiling is high here. Claude Giroux, 7 points in the last 8 games. Couple of Sharks wingers, first line wingers with Celebrini, PP1 players, Eklund, Will Smith. They're young. It's a gamble. They've been producing, but it is scary possible matchups against Shesterkin and Quemper. David Perron has been buzzing with Cousins and Batterson. David Perron looks like he's back. Josh Norris, if made available, is a sneaky ad. I'm definitely monitoring his situation. Tyler Toffoli, boomer bust like most of the Sharks players. Andrei Kuzmenko, boomer bust, top line, top power play in LA with no floor. Palmieri Holmstrom, 45 and 38 points with little to no floor. Boomer busts for the Islanders. Yes, Ryan McLeod has helped me win last week, but I keep telling myself that this is not sustainable. I'm not too high on him from here on out, despite the numbers being absolutely gross lately. And especially if Josh Norris returns, he might get bumped down. You can choose, however, to ride the hot wave. He remains a line 2 PP2 option. Alex Laferriere, complimentary piece in LA, were far from the early season prowess. Fabian Zetterlund has 0 points since February 8th. And despite that, I have a feeling he's going to go off on the top line with Stützle and Brady Tkachuk. Extremely sneaky ad for this weekend if you want or need something out of the ballpark. Bobby McMahon, line 2 PP2 option. Pajot, line 2 PP2 option. Complementary pieces in LA and Buffalo. Zucker is actually PP1. Kulish is line 1 PP2. Now let's take a look at the defensemen. We've got Luke Hughes at number 1, 10 points in the last 9 games with 5 coming from the power play. Ghost is back and has points in his last 4 games played, top power play. Jackson Lacombe, PP1 in Anaheim, 3-game point streak. Lev Shunov, PP1 in Chicago, 4 assists in 8 games. Beware of the plus-minus, however. Tony DeAngelo, PP1 in New York, 7 points in the last 6 games. Ronek is a hit-or-miss PP2 option. Same thing for Brent Burns. Some nice shots every now and then. Luca Cagnoni is a sneaky ad. He's the Sharks' PP1 defenseman, and in 2 games, he got 1 assist. At the AHL level, the 20-year-old got 47 points in 56 games. Pretty good for a 5th-round pick that nobody was talking about. OEL is PP2 in Toronto. Shakir Mukamadulin, 8 points in 26 games with 39 blocks, PP2 defenseman. Ryan Pollock plays big minutes. He has an okay floor and he plays PP2, good for deeper leagues who value blocks and residual points. Keandre Miller, top pair, decent pair riffs, no power play. Provorov, PP2 in Columbus. Brian Clark is a big hit or miss, PP2 option with little to no floor. You won't get much points with Romanov, but you'll have a fantastic floor with shots, hits, blocks. Byron, power, boomer, bust, fantasy options, honestly. Braden McNabb, such a reliable guy. If your league values plus minus, McNabb is third in the league at plus 36. For anyone interested, Pierre-Luc Dubois is actually fourth at plus 34 with Washington after being minus 9 in LA. And they were calling him lazy too. Jake McCabe, Simon Benoit, some Leafs depth. Honestly, you could put any Leafs defenseman in here. Brendan Carlo. Benoit has a great floor, but half his points on the season came in the last 8 games. McCabe is top pair with 4 assists in the last 3 games. Alex Carrier, no power play, but top pairing in Montreal. He's been really good. Dante Fabro, no power play, top pairing with Zach Werenski, surrounded by good offensive players, and he does a little bit of everything. For the Sunday goalies, if Thompson gets Minnesota on Thursday, Charlie Lindgren should get the call Sunday. Caps will be healthy off a 3-day break while the Sabres will be playing their third game in 4 nights. Give me Washington at home easily. Utah has a nightmare matchup against Florida and Tampa Bay Thursday and Friday. But Vejmelka should be fresh on Sunday, and they cannot afford to drop this very winnable matchup. Surprise! Give me Pittsburgh at home against Ottawa. Sens will be on their third game in 4 nights. Pens will be the fresher team. David Riddick at home against the Sharks. Give me LA. Anton Forsberg, if he gets the start, I do think the Sens lose, but they are still the favorites on paper. Forsberg is not a bad pickup, just a little risky in my opinion. Then we have Samuel Montembeault, Luka Dostal, or John Gibson, Spencer Knight, and Alex Georgiev as options. Now let's take a look at categories. For shots, I got Celebrini 3.5, Bennett 3.2, Dorofeyev 3.1, Toffoli 2.9, Lee 2.8, Monahan 2.6, Jenner, Stankoven, and Fuego at 2.5. For blocks, some of the best in the league, Jacob Trouba 2.7, Romanov 2.7, Tanev, Ian Cole 2.6, Connor Murphy 2.4, and Radko Smash 2.3. For hits, Kiefer Sherwood breaking NHL records at 6 hits a game. Luke Shen 4, Mathieu Olivier 3.8, Will Queally 3.8, Mark Gatcom 3.6, Dakota Joshua and Jack McBain, Radko Gudas 3.5, Carl Grundstrom 3.2. For faceoffs, Sean Monahan 11.1, Stahl 9.6, Lowry 8.5, Phil Deneau 7.9, Ryan McLeod 7.8, Giroux at 7.5, Norris if he plays at 7.4, Stenlund and Evans at 7.3. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you for making it this far. Actively in the Content Creators League semifinal against Apple and Geno's right now. I'll keep you guys posted and updated on how that goes. If you like the content, click the like button. Subscribe to our channel. It's always much appreciated. And I will see you guys next week. Good luck to everybody. Go get those W.